just want to say a couple of words about what we might strive for or stretch into during the meeting today, and what we're about and how we go about doing what we're about. Over the last couple of executive board committee meetings, we've discussed the mission of the club and the wording that we came up with. And I hope you agree that it's a nice wording that speaks very well to what we're about. Our mission is to equip our members to deliver effective evaluations that enhance their speakers' impact on the world. I think there's a huge amount in there, but it took us a little while to wordsmith it down. But I hope you agree that it's a really inspiring mission for the club. The other thing I'd like to talk about just very briefly is about how we go about delivering that effective evaluation. And it's so important that we start with the foundation of trust and kindness, and we establish the rapport with our speaker with whom we're evaluating, and then challenge them. But it starts with that foundation of trust. And so I hope we can all stretch into that, support our speakers, but also challenge them to enhance their impact on the world. And so with that, I'm going to hand over to our Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Vincent.
Thank you, Mr. President David. Good evening. Buenas noches desde España. Good evening to you from Spain. I'm very happy to be, for the first time ever, Toastmaster of the day at Masters of Evaluation. And I hope I will be able to live up the challenge, and I hope Cynthia will be giving me her blessings later on. The theme of the day is changes. And I will be stealing Vicky's icebreakers turn. I will steal it away a little bit, because I will also present you as a mini icebreaker, because it is time for me to change as well. And it's going to be a wonderful change for me, because we are in the middle of removal. After living here for 30 years, we will be moving away. We don't even yet know where to. Now, that is a challenge for 2023. Today, half of our furniture has been removed, taken to a warehouse, and the rest will leave on the 22nd of December. And by then, we will be homeless. We will be looking to stay and live under a bridge, perhaps, but we keep you posted. What does change mean to us? I think changes are very, very important. For us to keep young, for us to be motivated and full of guts, we need changes. When I was still wearing a wristwatch, I would every few days would change the wristwatch from one left hand to the right hand, so you would not always look automatically at one arm. I would often take different routes to go to my destinations, just to make sure that you just don't follow blindly certain routes, because that keeps you active. I found that inside 2 to 3 months, the whole of our body cells are completely changed, and you basically, inside 100 days, you produce a new self. Yes, you, each of you, are a new Cynthia. You are a new David or a new Harold. So even if we don't like changes, if we'd like to stay in our world, which we know, changes are necessary, they are part of our evolution, and they will do you good. And I have a small list of 8 things which, according to the internet, this might well be fake news, are good for you to stay young and healthy and help you to keep particularly your brain cells active. One, which I completely subscribe to, is learning. Learning new skills is one of the top things which we can do. And I think Toastmasters shows that it is a learning environment where we can learn new things. Exercise. Take a walk, take a bicycle, don't drive. No. Number 3 is sex. At Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, but it does exist outside the Toastmasters world. Fasting every now and again. Calorie restrictions, which is a weak spot for me. I like to eat and I like to drink. Caffeine. Yes, coffee is good for you. Now, has nobody ever told you that coffee drinking is good for you? Well, it is. It keeps you healthy in your brain. Red wine is also good, and cumin. And that is all I was going to tell you about changes. I would like to call onto our virtual stage our helpers who make this show go on so well.
Just so delighted to be your guest general evaluator today. And I am going to have my eyes and ears on the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I am looking forward to giving an evaluation of this wonderful club. Thank you very much.
In a good way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vincent. My role today as our counter is to note words and sounds that have been called crutch or filler word. I will also, as Wordmaster Grammarian, provide a word of the day. The word of today, because Vincent and I chatted last week about his theme being changes, I chose the word transition. So the word transition means the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. I am to provide a sentence with the word of the day, which is transition. In order to successfully transition from being a meat eater to being vegetarian, one can gradually eat less meat and more vegetables and plant-based foods. So the word of the day is transition. And I will also record the uses of that word transition by each person using it. Secondly, I will also take note of particularly memorable phrases, creative words, and we've got 3 powerful speakers, so you're gonna keep me busy today. I know that. And the proper use of sentence structure and grammar, and I will give a report at the end of this meeting.
Lovely.
Oh, I just want to add, Vincent, I want to add that because we are an advanced club, I think we should set a number for how many times the word transition is used. I've seen this done at other clubs, and I think we can use the word transition at least 20 times.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we'll transition into our word of the day, Grammarian and all-counter report from Muriel Shabazz.
Okay, masters of evaluation, you are masterful. Did we use the word transition 20 times as requested? No, we didn't. We did not use it 20. We used it 34 times. And I think that deserves a smile, a clap, or anything that I'll be willing to accept. So the word transition was used by so many people. You know who you are: Vincent, Sharon, Shantae, Kathy, John, Dwight, Sandra, Scott, Oliver. You know who you are. We all use the word transition. Thank you so much. How about memorable phrases? Okay, this is the time when I love to ask, how much have you been listening as I've been listening? Who said a successful speech starts with the end in mind?
Scott.
Oliver. James Scott Oliver, exactly. Who said, I stand before you without a platter or offering?
That's Jason.
John.
No.
John.
John said that.
Oh, John said that.
And who's
Okay.
counting their
He
t-shirts?
used his plate though.
T-shirts and feeling guilty as he goes through his closet.
That was John.
That was John, right?
That was John.
All those t-shirts.
Okay. Who said that a kind tone makes a difference?
Vicky.
Vicky said
Yeah.
that. Okay. We need to give feedback that makes a speaker better. Who let us know that?
David.
No, are you listening or were you getting up and turning off your video? That was Victoria. Who said, Shantae, I'm looking forward to hear your speech. Okay, come on.
Everybody.
That was Vincent.
Vincent, oh.
These are trick questions now. Okay. Misdirects and everything.
If Shantae doesn't know, we're okay.
Your flaws are unique to you.
Say it again.
Who said that your flaws are unique to you?
Shantae?
Yes, go ahead, Hal. His indiscretions brought her clarity. Who
I
got
said,
clear?
Shantae.
Let's see. Be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. Who responded to that by saying, this really resonates with me?
David.
David.
Hey, who quoted Shakespeare? Nothing is good or bad. Thinking makes it so. Who quoted
Ray.
Shakespeare?
Ray.
Ray did. During the pandemic, who walked 10 miles?
Cynthia.
Wow, Cynthia.
Who said this is a profound quote?
Harold.
Harold.
Me.
I see the red
Oh,
light,
me
and I'm
too.
happy to see the red light. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. In the essence of time, I am going to move pretty fast through my evaluation, my general evaluation of the meeting. I want to say about Masters of Evaluations Club overall. You are the example of how to conduct a Toastmasters meeting. Your agenda is so well done. And at the beginning, you even put it in the chat. So everyone will be informed of our timeline and what was next, and they wouldn't be lost in the sauce of the meeting. The SAA welcomed everybody, transitioned over to the president. And then we were up and running and started our speakers. We did introduce our functionaries, but what I really liked about the meeting is the evaluator for the speaker introduced the speaker and their objectives. That was new to me, but I think that's an excellent idea, so everyone will know what to look out for. Timer, excellent. And we continue to vote on the speaker. I'll move on to the table topics. Wow. You know, this whole meeting has just been inspiring and a gift to everyone who showed up. From the speeches to the table topics. Table topics, just thought-provoking quotes for us to respond to. Our overall speeches were just on point, in theme with inspiring us to go on to the new year and to be better with our words, with how we feel about ourselves and how we shop. Our evaluators did an excellent job of evaluating, giving feedback to the suggestions of how the speakers could have done better. I think all evaluators hit the points and gave great feedback and suggestions. And now I will conclude by saying, again, this club is an example for all clubs to follow. And I have just enjoyed being your general evaluator today.
Well, thank you very much for
And
such an
now-
insightful evaluation. And please, I would like to remind you, you are most welcome to come back. We would like to hear voices from different corners of the universe. And we also like to listen to voices who have motivational messages for us and help us to become a better club. And that really leads us to the end of our meeting. I am